Is Jameson Williams worth the hype? Should I stash?
It's difficult because if he comes back, I think he's a guy you could maybe plug in. We've seen Josh Reynolds have success. We've seen multiple pass catchers in Detroit. Khalif Raymond had multiple 70-yard games, and we love the profile of Jameson Williams. That's a guy that, I don't want to throw out the word Tyreek Hill, but he's in that similar breath where it's a pure speed wide receiver with a nose for the end zone. He's dynamic. He's got some swag to him. But at the end of the day, I don't know when he'll be back. I've still held him in a couple of places. You would have liked to have seen a little bit, at least a little more, hey, we're going to get him on the field this year. Detroit's been very clear that they don't want to rush him. They're big into him, and that team is not going anywhere. So I expected him to be back by Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. He's not back. We see DJ Shark coming off of IR. So I'm not sure. I think if he does come off the IR and he does play, you're going to be really, really happy that you have him. But if he doesn't, you've held a dead weight, and there's other guys you could be adding.
As bad as it sounds, I'm waiting to see it for one game for Jameson Williams. Because he's returning from the ACL. We've seen some players already return from ACLs and just not be the same for the first couple games back. When Michael Gallup's, the Chris Godwins, right? We've seen complications or slow return to play, like 80%, 60% of their return to play level. It's just not what you want for plugging someone into your.
Do you think so? I would say devil's advocate to that would be, if they're worried about him being slow with it, I don't think they're bringing him back. So I think it's kind of like I think Detroit views him as a guy that they love. I mean, you saw the reaction when they drafted Jameson Williams. It was kind of like when Minnesota drafted Justin Jefferson.
Yes,
they felt like they got their guy. This is going to be their franchise wide receiver, and I don't know. I think if they do bring him back, I think I'll take the optimistic side, and I might break ties and just plug him in there. Especially with the, you have the no Hawkinson. Yeah. You've had a number of wide receivers that we view as okay players who've had big weeks. I mean, we've seen DJ Shark, have a big week one.
Right.
So it can't all be Amon-Ra St. Brown, even though.
I mean, it probably will be for the next few weeks. Anyway,
He's awesome. He's awesome, man.
So good.